Hello, welcome to a Saturday edition of Robert Does the New York Times Crossword. I wasn't at my computer at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, but I was able to do the puzzle on my phone. You see, the last thing I Googled was wet samoyed, which I highly recommend. Shout out to my friend Twandat. So let's just play the video. Look at the time in NYC just to prove it. It's 9:59, January 15th, which means that the puzzle posts 1 minute. Go over to the app, take a look at yesterday's leaderboard. PB Gagner, the Glorp, and Trout Tuna, WF Little Sun. Very fast. Down toward the bottom, we got some new friends, but it's always tough to learn the rules for the New York Times Crossword. So Phil is my good friend from middle school, actually, high school, middle school. Jay is one of my best friends from graduate school. And KFS Venta is also a very close friend from college. So shout out to all of you. Thanks so much for adding me. Didn't load, it's already 10. But there's a link below to add me to your leaderboard. If you click that. And I guess before the mini starts, I can say spoiler alert for Saturday's mini. If you'd like to play along, the mini is free to play. And there's a link down below where you can access the mini. But I don't think pulling down the screen actually refreshes anything. So I don't know what I'm doing here. Just trying to get it to load. I think probably at some point I quit the app and still nothing. Quit the app, still 10 o'clock in New York City. There they are. Okay, so here comes the mini. Saturday, so tough. Bit of sunshine, it's Ray. Walks back and forth nervously. That's paces. Has a tenant. Wasn't sure about this. Like the Dolman Coliseum, John Blank, band leader, great ones. So I thought first plains, but it's capitalized. Sorry, it's pluralized. So it's got to be lakes. Just checking. This is flower petal. This is lakes. This one is pollen carriers B. This is ran a tab. This one is act like, impersonate. It's all becoming clear. I type in yes sirree, but that ends up being wrong. Fantasy sports figures has a tenant. That's got to be rents too. The next one is Italian. This one I didn't know, especially since the R is wrong. I was like, what? Fantasy sports figures? I put stars. And here I actually I dropped my phone, so I had to pick it up. And then I realized that this is one, but of course there's still errors because it's not a tier. So I rewrote the clue, stats, and this is actually yes I see. So 58-second mini wouldn't have gone much faster if I hadn't dropped my phone, to be honest, so doesn't really matter. Now spoiler alert for the Daily Grid by Sam Ezersky. Be in charge as a doctor. Remains to be seen, say. Sheesh, just move on. Lots of long fills because it's Saturday. Something absolutely adorable with the. So maybe the cutest? No, not. Yeah, maybe the cutest. Blank happens. I thought maybe as it happens. It's not shit happens because there's no cursing. Galoot, that's like an ape. So I thought maybe put an AP, but it could be a lot of other things. So leave it not completed. America's Network, get what I'm saying. Like a de-accession book for short. No idea. Slang is psychedelic. This has got to be shroom. I'm just checking to make sure it fits. Make tracks quaintly. One with a yes we can attitude. It was once a challenge to eat. Compound found in latex. So pretty tough downs and some really long acrosses. One of the Knights of the Round Table. This is a thing that you should try to memorize, but I don't know. Wasn't sure about con. This one has got to be merfolk. Carlo numbers, this is APRs, probably. How Superman often poses, this is akimbo. Arms akimbo. Galoot, so this one could be ape now. Small hybrid instrument with 6 strings. Layperson question mark, not sure about that one. Where you maybe wait on hand and foot, this seems like it's probably going to be spa. So I fill it in. Make tracks, again, where are your manners? What one of the rings represents, this could be one of the continents abbreviated. Where are your manners? Word before or after strong, maybe arm, strong arm, Armstrong. And this would be rude. So actually that's what I was thinking first. Couldn't think of who was playing Julia and Julia. Walk all over the place, singing Rome, Amble, but those don't fit. 2008 horror film sequel, no idea. River that begins in the Adirondacks, comment that prompts the reply, Doi Teshimashite. Probably pronounced that wrong, but I thought, okay, this is probably Japanese for thank you. This is arigato, I think. So let's put in arigato. Bouillabaisse tidbit, some sort of seafood. Visibly dizzy, quaintly. Arthur error, this has got to be PBS. Frozen foods may do. Paper bags, I was thinking maybe leak, but I didn't like it. One might have photographic memory. Strengthening crosspiece. This seems like it's going to be rib, so I think I put that in here. Just making sure that the cross seems reasonable. Disassociate with, as with glued to device, this is unpair. Bears Latin. DOG VIPs, this is AGs for Attorneys General. Shout out to my pluralization friends. Bass, Oregon, Pennsylvania City where the Delaware and the High Rivers meet. World Series opener. I thought maybe it's game, like game 1 or something. Checked the cross. Command stop saluting. This is at ease. And savory snack in England. Tough first go through. Bad way to be poisoned. Galoot, so-called America's Network. Get what I'm saying. I'm thinking there's something me, but I don't fill it in. Like a de-accession book for short. Make tracks quaintly. One with a yes we can attitude. Compound found latex. Company at which business always comes before pleasure. These are all pretty tough. I mean, it's a Saturday. Drink from a bowl, maybe. So I go with lap up here. Jokes, I don't know. It's below decks. So this is something with a ship, but I wasn't sure. Predate. So I put eat, like predation, but turns out that's actually wrong, but I tried it. Twitch or Yelp, I thought maybe this is an app, but they don't really seem like apps. I was just seeing about the cross, but I put an AP. River that begins in the Adirondacks. Bouillabaisse tidbit. Chest. Don't know. It's got you covered. Not sure. Actor profiled in the biography of the Immoral Count. This is whoever plays Count Dracula, but I don't know. Sensational coverage. Historic town northwest of London where some of the Harry Potter series was filmed. Wild cards in baseball poker. So I thought this has got to be plural, and then it's got to be 9s, right? Working hard. This has got to be at it. 2 words. Man's name, that's also a suffix. Spent a little time thinking about men's names. Blank vapeur, meaning steamed, not sure. So back to the acrosses. Be in charge as a doctor. Remains to be seen, say. Sheesh, just move on. So I was like, maybe let something. One of the Knights of the Round Table. Here, I think I go astray, because I think maybe Gilead and Sip Up, but I don't think Gilead is actually a Knight of the Round Table. I should look this up after this video is over. But that actually, the G is, it turns out, is actually correct. Here, Galoot, I should check if this one makes more sense with ape rather than the other one. And here I'm thinking that maybe it'll work. Like this could end in een. So I do type an ape there, and I decide, okay, this is probably another word for galoot, but not sure. Layperson, there's a question mark. So like someone who lays down, or just trying to think of what else layperson can mean. Make tracks. So there's a bunch of make tracks here, and it means something like to roam or to rove, but I wasn't sure. Walk all over the place again. Something with like roam, rove, something. But I think I can get the frozen foods here in a second. 2008 horror film sequel. This is only 2 letters left. This has got to be seep, though. Yep. Visibly dizzy, quaintly. Not sure. I was thinking arete, but it doesn't make any sense, I don't think. Bears Latin. It's got you covered. I think I figured this out. Not yet. Bass, Oregon, or Base, Oregon. Pennsylvania City, where the Delaware and Lehigh Rivers meet. World Series opener. So here maybe I tried putting in GAM for game, thinking maybe it's game 1 something. The SME seems pretty bad though. Man's name, that's also a suffix. Not sure. Like EA something seems wrong. Don't know this actor. So I don't like GAM. Seems like it's probably not it. Trying to see if I can figure out what this is. Like I remember thinking lobster and mobster. But this, now that I have the I, it probably just is at ease soldier. Nothing too tricky. Savory snack in England. I don't know savory English snacks, unfortunately. But this could be a la vapeur. That seems like it's possible. This, I think I can figure out, is probably scallop, because bouillabaisse is a seafood stew. Such a sensational coverage might be splash, I think. Just checking to see if that would make sense. No, I don't know it yet. Cans. So cans could mean toilets. It could mean to fire somebody. I'm thinking what it could possibly be. But it could be plural, and the savory snack could be Cornish pasty. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now I think I get this is probably splash. Trying to think of what a base or a bass organ could be. Wondering what the World Series opener could be here, but I'm not going to get it. Now thinking, what could can mean? What might have a photographic memory? Pennsylvania city. Trying to think of eastern Pennsylvania cities, because I know the Lehigh Valley is on the eastern side of Pennsylvania, close to New Jersey, my home state. Blank happens. Ends in A. Seems weird. I wonder if I realize it's not Gilead. Not yet. Bad way to be poisoned. To me, it doesn't seem like there's a good way to be poisoned. Galoot, so-called America's Network. Here I was really trying to think of TV stations, but that's actually wrong. Get what I'm saying? This seems like it should end in E, me still, like a de-accession book for short. I don't know a short way to say that. I wouldn't even say de-accession book. One with a yes we can add to. Maybe here I can get this. Maybe not. Thinking about it. Nope. Was once a challenge to eat. Compound found in latex. So I will say that I actually was thinking of the correct answer here, but I just wasn't sure. I was thinking styrene. That's why I put in the N. Do I figure this out? A layperson? I think not. I was thinking of like T's or R's here, but that's not the way to go. Trying to think about this one because I sort of have a lot of the crosses, although some of them, I guess I feel good about all of them except for Gilead. But if I had the first letter, this would be a bit easier. A joke and small hybrid instrument with 6 strings. This has got to be some kind of small guitar, right? So do I know? Yep, I do know that it's gags. Try to put in guitar. Maybe this is Africa, AFR. Bad way to be poisoned. Could this be an R? It doesn't seem like it. Company at which business always comes before pleasure. So like here I'm thinking like, I don't know, stuff like, I don't know, it's below decks. What one of the Olympic rings represents abbreviation. So I just try AFR for Africa. It's sort of gotta be, I guess. I don't know Polo TV's Fosters. I don't know cans here either because I'm still thinking toilet or to fire. Just trying to see if I can make anything work with some slang term for toilets. Here I think at some point I was wondering if this could be Potomac because it does end correctly. But rib seems right and OG seems wrong. And the arigato seems right too. It's got to be AG's basically. And then I was thinking of an M here, but didn't seem to help. Yeah, so you can see it's a Saturday. All the clues are tricky or like a bit obscure. They're quite long. It's hard when you don't have any crosses. Chest starting with B. It's got you covered. This could be skin. I still don't know the actor profiled. Trying to think of this. Bass organ or a bass organ. This one takes me an embarrassingly long time. I think I don't get it for quite a while. It's obvious in retrospect, but that's always true. Here, I think I try Surrey, but it turns out that that's actually not right. But, you know, it's worth a try. This is Ursai. That seems right. So Surrey, at least the U fits. So why not try it, right? Now thinking more about the World Series opener. But the fact that Surrey is wrong makes this a lot harder. Pennsylvania City where the Delaware and Lehigh Rivers meet. Now I'm trying to think if I know any cities like this, and then look at cans again as if it's going to help. This is like quite a dense Saturday grid, right? There's not very many black squares here. See if I can figure out this one. One with a yes we can attitude. I remember thinking that this probably ends in ER, but it's a long fill. World Series opener. Just trying to think what it could possibly be. Trying to think about where the word could end or start. That's useful, but it's really hard to tell when there's so few. Chest, B blank, S blank blank. Yeah, some of these are obvious in retrospect, but they're hard when you're solving. Blank happens, bad way to be poisoned. Galoot, be in charge as a doctor. It's a long fill with not very much. Remains to be seen, say. Sheesh, just move on. I don't think I like that this starts with an S at the moment, so I decide to not go with Gilead. The G is right though. So let's try just deleting it. Here, do I figure out that this is Conbrio? I think I must. No, not yet. Here, layperson, make tracks. This has got to be something, but I know I don't get it yet because I was there when I solved it. I just remember thinking, oh, Saturdays are the only day where I think maybe there's a chance I'm not going to solve this puzzle and my stream will come to an end, but gotta try. Walk all over the place. Not sure about it. Try the cross, one with the yes we can attitude. What could it possibly be? Horror film sequel. There's only 2 letters away here. Turns out I'm more than 2 letters away because this one's wrong, which I check. Could that be wrong? This one might have photographic memory. Again, it's hard to get it when your cross is wrong. So Surrey here is incorrect. And so the things that I'm thinking of that end in S blank blank K, don't know. Bass or Bass, Oregon. Just checking all the crosses. What could this possibly be? Here, do I have a breakthrough that maybe Surrey is wrong? What are the eastern Pennsylvania cities? Yeah, so here I realize Easton, where I spent a summer, could be it, which maybe means I just don't know the historic town northwest of London. So I fill in Easton, which is a good idea. Now I have one more letter in Cans, but it doesn't quite occur to me. I do think that it's likely an N there, so I think I check the N here. It's not quite enough. Bad way to be poisoned. Galoot, so-called America's network. Get what I'm saying? Question mark. It's got to end in an E. I've been thinking this all the time. So hear me seems right. Now I gotta get this is Conbrio at this point. Still don't know about America's network because I'm still thinking of TV networks. But I think maybe guitar uke is a thing because that's a small 6th instrument. But what is KU and what is bike? What is happening here? Something's got to be wrong. But I guess I don't really know where it's wrong. Okay, so like a D accession book for sort. Here I remember thinking ad lib, but that's not a D accession book. Make tracks quaintly, one with a yes we can attitude. Here I think I got a shot at this. Do I realize what this is? Maybe you do at home, and you're yelling at me. I think this has got to be it's got to end in E. So imagine there's an E there. Nope. It was once a challenge to eat. I was thinking it's like copepod, which is a kind of creature that I don't think you would want to eat. Just didn't seem right. Here, I think I'm thinking that this is styrene, so let's just go with styrene. I'm not getting much on this puzzle, but then I look at the end of this, and it seems like it could be already. So I fill in already, and then let it go already does fit. One of the Knights Round Table, so lap up was actually correct. That was my first fill. And I'm thinking, what could this possibly be? Terrian something. Remains to be seen. Not sure about this. Was once a challenge to eat. Something ped. My dad kakao talking me, so I'm Korean, as you can see. Turn do not disturb. I don't need you to see my notifications. It's probably just reacting to a picture of my nieces. Company in which business always comes before pleasure. I do have quite a few letters here, but I don't think it's enough for me at this point. But I spent some time thinking about it, not getting much else anyway. Wondering about this. I don't think I'm having any particular thoughts, just trying to fill in letters. The KU here seems wrong, but I think I don't delete it for kind of a while. I think until I get 5 down. Here, cans. Is this app? Let's just put app. It works with SEEP anyway. Here, I think I might get this. One might have a photographic memory. Just thinking through. Scrapbook, photographic memory. It's a bit of a trick clue. Here, I think I get this. Cans. Nope, not yet. Walk all over the place. This could be tramp. Terry works. Rear ends. Yeah, your rear end could be called a you can. This is something supporter. Takes me a little while to get this though. I'm thinking, what the heck? Drama supporter? Llama supporter? I don't know, but this is probably Mason. Blank pod. Tide pod. The Tide pod challenged. Remains to be seen, say. Here, I think be in charge of the doctor. Something with shots. So this has got to be Obama supporter, which works. But my brain does not work, I guess. Because I don't have it yet. Not yet. Oh, there we go, finally. Now I'm thinking, okay, does this end in habit? Not sure, but this, I think I can get now. Call the shots. Yep. This is going to be high to high. And then I'm thinking, okay, hibit. That's weird. So is it not high, or is it exhibit, which I will figure out in 1 second. So xlib will be a deaccession book, and I don't really know what that means, but that seems correct. Still hard though. What kind of exhibit remains to be seen. Here I'm thinking, how the heck does this have OBIK in it? Galoot though could be lug for sure. Bad way to be poisoned. Having that guitar uke thing, which is just nonsense, is bad for me, just as it happens. Now do I get this? Maybe not quite yet. What could this be? What could this be? One of the Knights of the Round Table. Make tracks, player of Julie and Julia. Bass organ, World Series opener. I think I got a shot here. I think bosom here, so national anthem. Yep. I don't know why I started with the H, but I did. Okay, blank oo blank OC. Something, but it's weird that this doesn't seem like this word can end with a consonant. So at some point I start doubting 30 down, but not yet. Bad way to be poisoned. Just going through the possibilities here. There's no good way to be poisoned, in my opinion. So-called America's Network. Below decks, river that begins in the Adirondacks, actor profiled in the Immortal Count. There's not so many clues left, and I basically don't know any of them. So if I could get some of these long ones, it would really help. But I'm still several minutes off from finishing. Again, Saturdays are really tough. I sometimes wonder if I could finish a Saturday, but my stubbornness outweighs my stupidity at times. So what is this? What is this? What is this? Me reading the clues doesn't help because you've actually already heard all the clues. So-called America's Network. How could this end in IKE? There's an error somewhere. But where is the error? Who plays Julie? So I know that this is about Julia Child in a cookbook. Meryl Streep. Shout out to Murphy. It's below decks. Bad way to be poisoned. What is happening here? I was thinking lethargy doesn't work. It does fit though. Blank Riam, blank Buster. Sometimes it helps to just say things out loud. I don't know when it's going to help me here. Merriam-Webster. Museum exhibit remains to be seen. TMO bike. I'm not smart enough to figure out that the K is wrong. Wish I was. This is definitely Merriam-Webster. Here, I'm thinking with an E, with a T. I wish I knew the Knights of the Round Table. I mean, certainly I know about Arthur and what's his name? Galahad, Sir Galahad. Merlin, Guinevere, but I don't know this one. Make tracks. Not sure. Akimbo seems right though. So Akimbo's not the error, but this one seems super suspicious. It's embarrassing looking back on it that I couldn't figure this out yet, but I realize it's T-Mobile. It's not Guitar Uke. This is Keel, which is below decks. Just making sure, I guess. It's gotta be. Yep. And then Guitar Ale. Nope, this is Lethally, it's Gareth, and it's Gitalele. which is a combination of a guitar and a uke. I just didn't know what to call it. But it's taking me a little bit of time to see this. This is the problem with penciling in answers that are wrong. They can totally throw you off the correct one. But yeah, so lethally, it's slow today. Don't know the name of the river, but Alwa seems wrong. At some point I realized this. So maybe it's not, but it's definitely an E there. What else could predate mean? Yeah, so still not sure about the bass organ. Still not sure about the river that begins in the Adirondacks. Still not sure about the actor profile in the biography, The Immortal Count. Just checking all the crosses here to make sure that I like all of them. So for sure, I feel really good about the rest of the puzzle, but these 2, 4, 6 squares, not easy. Especially this one, visibly dizzy, quaintly. I don't know what this is, but I'm still sort of stuck on 30 down, maybe being eat. It just doesn't seem right. So I think maybe this is saws, and then predate, maybe it's like EST, like you might say something, you might say like established 2005 or something, so maybe it's EST, maybe it's SARANAC, that seems reasonable. But what the heck is this? It's got to end in some sort of vowel, because, right? But it's not that many vowels because the cross starts with blank U. LUGOSI. Gil, I do realize that this is in fact a bass organ, but there's an error here, and I don't know if SARANAC is wrong. Like, I know that this word, I don't know it. So there's only so many things it could be, because LUGOSI seems right. I decided predate for EST. Saws. The thing is, the second sequel to Saw was just called Saw 2, I'm pretty sure. Where is the error exactly? I need to figure it out and correct it accordingly. Just trying to examine the grid, think about what's happening. There's got to be an error somewhere, and I don't know where it is here. Just thinking what to do next. Does SARANAC seem right? Like, it's not Potomac, definitely not. So it is just going to be some river I haven't heard of. Trying to make this work. Hoping that I can come up with the name of the actor. I think I really actually do like LUGOSI, but ARETL is not. That's no bueno. And I don't know how else to end saw with a letter. So yeah, I like the L. That's LUGOSI, which means that this is wrong, but AREEL maybe. And then I thought, okay, maybe it's not. ESE is wrong. It's not East Southeast. It's not E's. But maybe here I realize, oh wait, Saw is called Saw 2. Maybe it's a later sequel. But it's gonna take me a little bit of time to figure this out. I was thinking, what else could possibly go here? I think I'm probably going through the letters of the alphabet, thinking about AREEL. But precious time is ticking away, and I ain't getting any faster. I ain't getting any younger. Saws. Is the Saw sequel called Saws? No, but maybe it's called. Maybe SARANAC is wrong. Okay, going all the way back. What else could it be though? Maranac? Baranac? Paranac? Taranac? Predate, question mark. But it has to go after a W, which is why the S seemed reasonable. Vowels seem reasonable, but honestly, not much else seems reasonable after a W. Like, it's not hot, but maybe I'll figure it out soon. What is going on here? I feel pretty good about AREEL and LUGOSI, actually, so I've sort of narrowed down to the fact that this is the clue I don't know, along with the crosses that I don't know. Super dense grid, don't know what's happening. Just sitting there thinking, life is just ticking away. You gotta eventually get it, right? In retrospect, I should have sped up this part. I should have edited this footage before I played it, but Saw 5. Yeah, so I was able to complete it 9/12 slower than my average. Okay, so now I've pulled it up on my computer. Let's just try to learn something from this. So lots of long fills. Not easy. It turns out that the long fills actually are not the hard part though. Yeah, so Knights of the Round Table is a thing to know. Like, come up on crosswords fairly often. The problem is there's a lot of Knights of the Round Table. There's like a ton. Bedivere, Gawain. I've seen Gawain before. It's hard for me to remember them. Okay, Lancelot, Percival, Tristan, Galahad. That's another one that I remember. But what was the one? This is the one was Gareth, right? So you should know Queen Guinevere. Yeah, so if you just look at just the ones that have their own Wikipedia section, Gareth isn't even on here. Gawain or Gaswain. Numbers of members, a dozen through 1600. So you can see there's tons here. Let's see if Gareth probably does make this list, right? Yeah, Galahad again, Gareth, Gawain. Those are the ones that I've seen, but Lancelot, in principle, I guess it could be any of these. So that's pretty tough. Percival. Yeah. So if you know it, that's better. You don't, it's tough. Arms akimbo, that's like where you're posing like with your arms, your hands on your hips and your arms out to the side. Gitalele, that's a tough portmanteau for me anyway. Yeah, the southwest corner was tough because I didn't know SAWV, or it took me a long time. SARANAC, I didn't know about the Saranac River, and I didn't know about LUGOSI, who I think is just Count Dracula, right? Bela Lugosi, Hungarian-American actor, Count Dracula in 1931. That's probably a thing to try to memorize. Saranac River. 81-mile-long river in the state of New York. So it's not even a very big river. It does have a fairly diverse fishery, though. Thank you, Wikipedia. Yeah, cans meaning like your can is like your rear end. I don't know. That's also kind of tough. But actually, the rest of the grid, I feel like I did a pretty bad job filling in today. But the Southwest just really killed. I guess I should look up what baseball poker is. I've never heard of it. It's a variant of stud poker. 4s and 9s hold special values because they're segments in the rules of baseball of 3s, 4s, 9s, 3 strikes, 3 outs, 4 balls, 9 innings. That's like a pretty reasonable way to remember, actually. Those are probably the 3 numbers that you think of when you think of baseball. Of course, like there's only so many numbers or kinds of cards that would fit here, but that's good to know. Yeah, Easton. I spent a whole summer in Easton. I knew it was in Eastern Pennsylvania, but yeah, so tough puzzle today, at least tough for me. Maybe you did better than 2642. Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you tomorrow for a Sunday puzzle.